By the end of the day today, we are going to release the police audio, the radio channel chatter that took place that day. I believe it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. I may be off by a minute or two, but it's roughly well, here, since I have a paper in front of me folded, let me double check. 2 hours and 40 minutes of audio. It was a multi-hour event, of course. Our audio only begins recording when someone is talking. So even though the event may have taken 7, 8, 9 hours, it only starts recording when a command officer is speaking to a patrolman or vice versa. So when you take all of the events that took place in and around here on May 30th, you really have 2 hours and 40 minutes of compressed conversation. We want to make sure that that is available for public scrutiny. So today, the Toledo Police is going to make that available to the public. There is an internal affairs review that is underway and has been ever since the first part of June, analyzing the actions that took place that day by our officers and seeking to ascertain whether mistakes were made or policies were violated. That process is underway. In fact, the first phase of that process has completed. We finished that first wave of the process last week, and we did it in 18 days. So we shaved 82 days off the process. Now I know there are still going to be folks who are frustrated that it's not done yet. Why is it taking so long? And can't you see it's right there on video? I get it, I understand that, and I respect it. What I am saying, though, is that there are laws that have to be followed, contracts that have to be honored, and within a time frame that could have taken 100 days, we finished phase 1 in 18 days. We're now moving on to phase 2, and there are a number of other steps in this process, all of which we believe will be concluded in July. I continue to be focused on where we go from here. I think we've already seen enough and learned enough to know that going forward, we are going to ban the use of military-style camouflage from our officers. So at an event like the one we had on May 30th, you will not see them dressed in sort of, military camouflage, which does give the sense that they are in perhaps an occupying military force as opposed to a team of public servants looking to protect the public. So that is an important change we are making. I think we feel comfortable saying that today, that we're not going to have our officers in camouflage. There are other changes and reforms that we are working our way through that we might be in the position to announce soon. And finally, something that we have mentioned in the past, but now can provide an update on, the moving of internal affairs out of this building, where it has literally been since the 1920s, will be completed on Monday, August 3rd. So Monday, August 3rd, internal affairs will not be behind me. Instead, will be on the 19th floor of Government Center, providing a neutral site that we believe will provide a more open and fairer location for citizens to make a complaint against the police if they feel as though they need to. Many of the things that the protesters have talked about are things the City of Toledo is already doing. The 8 Can't Wait initiative, the City of Toledo was already doing all 8 of those. So I think it's a mixture of the things that protesters and faith leaders and NAACP and other groups like that have been calling for. I think it's a mixture of things that we have already done and a handful of things that we haven't done that we're taking seriously and starting to do. Moving internal affairs, banning camouflage, making our trainings open to the public, things like that. Now, there's more that we can do. There may be some more things that the protesters want that we won't be able to do because, we will think that it doesn't serve the best interest of safety, and that's okay too. But we'll keep working through it. Again, I continue to say, generally speaking, we get it right in Toledo more often than we get it wrong. But we want to be perfect. So even a police department like ours, which is better than most and among the best in the country, we're not satisfied with very good. We want to be the best.